we wanted to see how we could create a production from the stimulus of a piece of music, rather than adapt a novel or an existing story or a folk tale as we've done, or a picture book. Start with something, you know, as broadly known as Vivaldi's Four Seasons, and see what narrative that gives us and what story we create.
What you're going to see is a live collaboration between a group of puppeteers and a group of musicians, and they're going to sort of perform a story that we've created, which is entirely generated by the music of Max Richter's recomposition of Vivaldi's Four Seasons.
And we listened to the original Vivaldi, which, you know, we both knew, or you would associate it with certain adverts, or often if you're put on hold on a phone, you know, associate it with it. But actually what was brilliant about Max's recomposition was that it felt really contemporary. It still had the exact building blocks and the kind of spirit of the Vivaldi.
The one I make is incredibly personal, and kind of like all that oak is just so resonant. So it's sort of fabulous for both the puppetry and the music. Also, the candlelight just makes everything sort of feel real, and like your senses are really engaged. Like feels like your eyes and hands are kind of present in the room somehow.
And so there's a Japanese form of puppetry called bunraku, which has sort of 3 puppeteers operating a human figure puppet that's about a third life-sized. And it's tremendously detailed and dedicated. You spend 10 years on the feet, and then you move up to the body, and you spend another 10 years on the body, and then you move on to the head. It's real dedication, like sort of, you know, prima ballerina. So it felt really right to kind of look at the principles of that medium of puppetry, where you often have live narrator and live musicians. And so in our case, we're really letting the kind of live musicians and group of puppeteers work together.
We both met performing in Warhorse. We were both 2 of the original puppeteers in the first version at the National Theatre, and went with it to the West End, at which point we stepped out and were asked to become associate puppetry directors on the show. And we spent a long time doing that, and it was really great because we had a long time to step back from this incredible piece of theatre, which I still love, Warhorse. And after thinking about it for a long time, it sort of dawned on us that one of the strengths of Warhorse is that you've got a central character that's a puppet. So it's doing good acting, essentially. It's holding the audience's focus.
And we've been very fortunate, you know, our first show together, Ella Phantom, transferred to the West End after being at the National. Tom Morris asked us to do Grinning Man. We collaborated with Chichester and then Regent's Park to do Running Wild. And it feels like our company's kind of getting the reputation for creating work with puppets at the centre of it. And at the same time, as kind of separate artists, Finn worked on The Angel for Angels in America. I did the puppets for Pinocchio. It feels like we're kind of able to go off and kind of sort of spread the word as well, and then come back together as a unit with kind of even more understanding and knowledge of the art form in different hemispheres. And so when we come back to make a show together again, it feels like we're really empowered and kind of have a lot of new skills and kind of drive.